Hey friends, Rob here. Today I want to talk to you about issues with the YoloCam S3 and how to avoid them. Right now you're over here looking at the entire production screen for YoloBox Extreme, and you're seeing the large window now of me. And I'm using the YoloCam S3, and it intentionally looks choppy right now. I'm doing this specifically so that you can see I'm using the wrong cable so that you can see what the wrong cable looks like. I want you to see some of the issues that happen when you use the wrong cable, so you'll notice them and be familiar with them if you ever encounter them on location, and then you'll know how to fix them. How about that? That's great. So this is not the standard normal look for the YoloCam S3, but I want to give you a little bit more heads up than that. I want to show you a couple of things to look out for. Currently, everything is being recorded on my Ninja 5 over here so that I can give you the full program outlook, and I'm even using a wired mic straight through the mic input with a little bit of boost on the mic 1, just so that you can have everything that you need to kind of see. Okay, right now I'm going to add a second camera, and I do that over here by plugging in the camera, and as usual, it goes in pretty simple. I was very surprised about that because normally it doesn't work that right? It takes forever to plug in a USB, especially when you're trying to do something. But here now we have a warning. This warning pops up, and it's really basically telling us that on this device, the YoloBox Extreme, and the Extreme is more powerful than other devices, so this may be different on the Pro or the Ultra, but in any event, it can only handle 2 USB 3 camcorders, or cams, or a USB 3 and a USB 2. It cannot handle a USB 2 and a USB 2 connection. The reason it thinks it's got 2 USB 2 connections is because, I don't know, we've got a USB 3 through one of them, and the YoloCam S3 is acting like it doesn't know what it's doing. So when you see this, it's telling you you've got a hardware mismatch. This is due to a cable. So fix the cable issue. What you really need is a UVC cable for the YoloCam S3. I forget exactly what that stands for, but it's a very high video codec, like ultra high def video codec USB 3 cable. Your standard cables won't work. So I'm going to click done. Now we can look and see what's actually happening. Make this a little bit larger. On the S3 we see some intermittent screen glitching, but on my other camera, no problems at all. Hey, how's it going? So when we look around down here, I'll go ahead and get my tracking going on. So that means you guys know I'm using an Ozbot product of some sort. Stay tuned. I've got a special one in. Anyways, never mind. But how do we fix that? Well, fixing that's pretty simple. We come over here and we unplug the S3, the YoloCam S3. That's pretty normal, right? And then we're going to plug in the UVC cable. This is actually the cable that came with it, and this is what happened. Notice how it's a lot thicker than the other cable. If you can't tell, it is. And 2 funerals ago, unfortunately, funerals, when you get a funeral job, you're making money, but someone passed away, and that's never any fun. So anyways, 2 funerals ago, I just switched my cables out by mistake, and I couldn't figure out what the problem was because it just looks like a black cable. Well, it's not. This is the one that came with the S3. And so I got to plug the S3 in back here. And then I also have to plug it in up here. Let's see if I can get it. Takes it a minute, I told you. Okay, so I've flipped it around 4 times now. You know, that's just how it works. There it goes. Oh, we're still recording. I pushed the turn off button. See, that's how these things work all the time. When I talk to you about be ready for failure, always be ready for failure, because that's what happens. Even when you plan this stuff out, things happen constantly. Let's turn off onion skins. Where are they? There they go. Okay, so now that we're here, we can actually switch over. Look at that. No more problem. Look at me. Hey guys, how's it going? So we'll just stick with the YoloCam S3. Look at that. Everything looks good, right? It's the way that it should be. And it all has to do with the fact that I was using the wrong cable. So earlier when we were talking about the type of cable that I was using, it was just a standard USB-C cable. Looked great. It worked with other webcams. It works with these right here, everything else. No problem. But the YoloCam S3 requires that heavy duty or higher data bit transfer cable to work with the YoloBox Extreme Pro, whatever else. Now, since we're here, you might think to yourself, I've got two different colors, right? And I do. So I want to share with you just a little bit of fun with the S3 so that we can see how we change the color. I'm going to match to this camera right here. I'm going to match to it because I can't change its settings right now. It's just impossible unless I were to get out my phone and tweak some stuff. But we can come over here and do that. So I tap my USB 2. I tap the camera settings, the little icon in the bottom or the top right. And now you see it pops up and open. Remember, it was a little bit more blue, so we come over here to the white balance and we just start picking blue. But we have to turn auto off, right? We can come over here, that helps a lot. We get a little more red, and then we can come over here and start dialing that in. I want a little more. Okay. Now I don't have a reference image to look at, so I'm just going to click back and see how close am I. I'm pretty close actually, but it's a little too red and blue and pink. So we come and do it again. But before I get started with that, I'm going to give it some more brightness. So we're now brightening the image. That'll help quite a bit. That did help quite a bit. That almost did it. Let's go back out and switch between the two. It's a little bit too bright, so I'll come back over here, go to my camera setting again, go to my brightness, and my brightness is the little button up here, and it looks like bright, and I'll take that back down to about 3. Well, let's do just 2 EVs. We are at a 60 hertz, so that's important. Well, I guess anti-flicker. My finger's not working. Go back over there, and we can get just a little bit more. We should be good right about there now. Okay, it looks like we still have a little bit of, I think, yellow hue. The difference, you can kind of see one's a little more orangey. So we're going to bring that in and see if we can't get that orange. Or is it green? It might be a little bit more green. And this one actually looks like it's got some flare. Now I do have a light down here. Yeah, it might have some flare going on for it. But final time, and I'm not going to mess with it anymore because I think you got the picture, even if I didn't nail it right where I wanted to right now. Yeah, and what happens if we choose a little bit more? Yeah, I think we're getting close. If not as close as is possible, we've gotten as close as I'm going to take it right now. And it looks like I've got a color shift from the first camera again because of this flare. Who knows? But in any event, I think you can see how you would do it. That's what I was trying to do. That's what I was trying to show you. So guys, I'm Rob. I hope that you have enjoyed this quick tutorial. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. I want to thank you so much for watching and remind you I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye for now.